focus on 13 important points which we should keep in mind while attempting the listening examination. The first important thing that the student should keep in mind that while preparing for the listening exam, the student should always practice on the answer sheet as prescribed by the IELTS. And the answers should always be in the block that is given. Any answer that is outside the block will not be assessed by the computer because it is a computer checked paper. The second important thing is that the student should carefully read the instructions which are provided before the question. And these instructions act as a guide to you. For instance, there are instructions: write in more than 2 words and or a number. So it means that the student can write 1 word, 2 words or 2 words and a number. And it also means that he can write just a number also. So one should be careful about the instructions and take care of that while answering the questions. And the third important point is improve your vocabulary. As we know that vocabulary accounts for 25% of the marks in IELTS examination. Let me give you an example. In section 3 of the listening, you are most likely to hear an academic conversation between a professor and a student. So one should always gather enough vocabulary related to dissertation, presentations and all the academic words which will help you easily understand the section 3 and enables you to get good score in section 3. The fourth point is you should carefully understand what the situation is. Now in listening exam, one normally hears this introduction, like now you will hear a brief introduction or a conversation between a student and a counselor. So one should keep track of the people who are involved in the conversation and one should keep notes side by side. So this will help you analyze the situation correctly and will help you in answering the questions correctly. The point number 5 is one should know what are the various type of questions that come in the listening examinations. Now the questions include multiple choice questions, flowchart completion, table completion, form completion. So one should practice these different type of questions well in advance because there are different strategies to answer these questions correctly. So the point number 6 is multitasking. The student should know how to multitask. It means like while listening, the student should also make notes side by side. And before the start of one section, some time is given to the student to read the questions beforehand. So this is the best time where you can utilize and read the questions and make some notes in your paper where you will know that what you have to listen. Now the point number 7 is there are moments when the student confuses between writing the option number or the full answer. So one should read the instructions carefully. If the instruction instructs you to write the options only in the answer box, then only the option number should be given. And if it is asked to write the textual portion, then only the textual portion should be written. So, but if the student replaces any of the two, then he will end up losing his marks. The point number 8 is do not rush to answer the questions quickly, because it happens many times that during the conversation, the speaker changes or modifies the answer after few seconds. So it is really advised to hear the conversation clearly and completely before answering the questions. I will explain this with the example. So in this example, the speaker first of all fixed the meeting at 8 p.m. but later on changed it to 8:30. So one should completely hear the conversation before writing out the correct answer. 9th point is that the student should always check for the mistakes while writing the answers on the answer sheet. We know that we are given 10 minutes time for transferring our answers from the question paper to the answer sheet. So many times it has been encountered that students sometimes in the hurry or in the confusion, they change the sequence of the answers or they end up writing the wrong spellings of the answers. So these things will always take away your marks. So one should be really careful while transferring the answers into the answer sheet. Now the point number 10, which is very important, is answer all the questions. There are instances in the paper when a student doesn't find an answer to one particular question but ends up finding an answer to the next question. Then they get confused that what they should do in this particular situation. So my advice will be to move on to next questions and leave that question. And while transferring your answers to the answer sheet, they should try to remember and can write the closest answer, because there are no negative marking in this IELTS exam. So we should not leave any answer unattempted. Now the point number 11 is uppercase or lowercase letters. Students often ask me that in what case they should write the answers, whether they should write in uppercase or whether they should write in lowercase. Now I advise all my students that they should transfer the answers only in uppercase, because they can end up writing wrongly while writing in the lowercase. Because if we have to write the name of a country or name of a person, then the first word should be capital and all the other words should be smaller. So students end up making mistakes. So it's better you transfer all your answers in the uppercase only. I will explain this with the help of an example. As you can see here, if we have to write the words like garden, then it doesn't matter we write in smaller letters or in the uppercase. It will remain the same. But if we have to write the answer as London or Mr. Brown, then the first word should be capital and the other words can be smaller. But students can end up making mistakes, so it's better you stick on to the uppercase only. The point number 12 is the listening exams come in different accents. Sometimes it is the British accent, sometimes it is the American or the Australian accent. So students end up having problems understanding or comprehending the different accents. So I advise you all to practice all the accents beforehand so that you're able to understand the audios in a better way. So the point number 13 is concentrate and stay focused. Because I think this is the crunch of the whole listening exam, because they want to analyze that how good is your concentration and how well you understand the English. So both things will go hand in hand. The student has to improve the concentration as well as practice the listening so that their listening capabilities increased and the overall aim of getting good marks can be achieved. Thank you, and please subscribe to my channel. I will welcome your comments and queries if any.